Hi, welcome back to my channel. I haven't written this book review yet, but when I sat down to write it, I thought, nah, I'm just going to talk about it first. I think sometimes when I make videos before I write the book review, it's just a little bit easier. And this one here makes me smile. It's called Business Not As Usual by Sharon C. Cooper. It's a romantic comedy, which I only read maybe 2 or 3 of these a month. I like more, like deeper psychological thrillers, mystery thrillers, crime thrillers, police procedurals. But there are times that you hit the right button when you select a book like this. And that's what happened with this one. Here we have a woman. I've been trying to think of a moniker for her, and I'm going to just call I'm going to call her Every Woman. Because every woman should aspire to be like her. Who is she? She's Dreamy Daniels. And in the blurb it says, I am beautiful, I am confident, I am lovable, I am a lottery winner. Now, the thing about Dreamy is, and this is my perspective, not something I read in the book, but she speaks things into existence. She's beautiful, she's confident, she's lovable, and she's a lottery winner. Oh yes, she's speaking all of these things into existence. What these things that she's speaking into existence are mantras. They get her through every day until she gets to where she knows that she can get to. She lives in a pretty rough area of LA. Her house is pretty much falling apart. One more earthquake and the house is going to come tumbling down anyway. She's working a dead-end job, but she's trying to finish her bachelor's degree. This job, speaking of, the dead-end job, is she's not even, appreciated. She's not even appreciated. And how many of us have worked a job when we know we're doing our best, we're trying our hardest, and we're actually giving more than what's required, and you get, disregarded. Well, that's what was happening with her. So, she has a cousin, I'm not sure if it's her cousin or her best friend, and a grandfather. And the 3 of them go in on a lottery ticket every single week. It's a tradition. And she's determined that she's going to win the lottery. And I'm not a lottery player, but I can just imagine how many people play those numbers. I think there's 7 numbers. Play those numbers and know that they're going to win. But remember, Dreamy spoke this into existence. So that's all about Dreamy and her goals and not her goals. I haven't discussed her goals. That's about Dreamy and her outlook and her positive spirit, despite some pitfalls that are in her life that she's trying to overcome. But she meets somebody else. She meets somebody. And the person that she meets is Carter Redford. He's a venture capitalist. And his father is a big-time A-list actor in Hollywood. Big actor. So big that even if Carter Redford wasn't a millionaire many times over in his own right, just simply being the son of a popular actor makes him very easily recognized. So why all of a sudden has Dreamy come in contact with Carter, and what could even possibly bloom between the 2 of them? Now, I don't know what it is lately. Maybe this might be my 4th or 5th book where class distinction becomes part of the plot. You expect class distinction when you're reading historical fiction or historical romance because you have, dukes and viscounts and so forth, and then you have commoners. So when you read of those class distinctions, that makes sense. But lately, in some of my modern day books, whether they're women's fiction, romance, or whatever, class distinctions come up a lot lately. It just seems to be common. Well, that's kind of the case here. And not only that, but Carter's parents were just, the elite of the elite. So at some point, Carter knows he has to introduce Dreamy to his parents. Why is that? Because despite Dreamy feeling that she may not be good enough for Carter, something draws her to him, and he's not even looking at anything negative when it comes to her. All he sees is her beauty. Now, what will happen when Dreamy meets Carter's parents? What will their reaction be? Nothing surprising, because remember I said class distinction comes into play here. And then we have Carter, who is on this plane where he's always making money. And then Dreamy's having her vision as one day she may win the lottery. Let's say that would be the case. Would she be where Carter is? Would the class distinction that rings so loud in this book still play a role? As a matter of fact, I want to tell you about a show that I binge watched, The Gilded Age. Okay? And you have old money and new money. Back in the Gilded Age, when the century was turning, people with new money were up here. People with old money were up here, and people with new money were way down here. Hard to find that balance. Would that balance be found with Carter and Dreamy? Good book. Now, it's a romantic comedy, but I found that there was some moments of levity in this book that gave it enough oomph for it to be a very worthy and worthwhile read. I love the love story itself. I love watching Dreamy with her positive attitude. I'm going to learn from Dreamy. I'm going to learn to start speaking things. And excuse me, I'm really sick with the flu. I don't want to cough. I'm going to try to hold it in. But we're just going to end it here so I can have this cough. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.